Hello and a warm welcome to all spiritual seekers and meditators. So today we are having this reading where we are going to dive into the places where you may be losing energy. So these are these unseen leaks that leave you feeling tired or distracted and scattered. And you have 3 groups to choose from. I will give you a few moments to decide to which group you're most drawn to, and then I will meet you at your reading. Hello to those who chose the group number 1, and let's begin by uncovering the source of the leak. So we have the Page of Michael here. This is like the Page of Swords, and this shows a very restless mind that wants to stay ahead of every situation and analyzes a lot or questions a lot or seeks clarity and questions the motives. But this vigilance and this questioning may drain you, and it keeps your nervous system alert, and it may close your heart. So you give power away each time you try to figure out or perhaps justify things instead of just allowing the feeling of what is true. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. This kind of reinforces this idea. So you're keeping multiple realities in motion. Perhaps you're trying to balance commitments or energies, or perhaps there is a certain disalignment in you, so energies in you that no longer go together. Perhaps you need to juggle different things in life and they just simply don't fit anymore. And this constant rebalancing leaks life force. And also your focus may be divided. Perhaps you have been dealing with indecision or just letting things be instead of focusing on something that is truly important to you. And then we have this Burial card. This suggests, in fact, that something has to be laid to rest. So the drain is coming from something old, from some old projects or some old emotional ties or beliefs that still linger in your energy field. So something in your life needs closure. Something needs to be buried. And then we have the Lilies card, and this shows that perhaps you have this demand on yourself to always stay composed or mature, and perhaps you feel like you have to be always serene and calm, and you may suppress some feelings. And also the lilies can show passion that is not expressed, that you're hiding some desire or passion under this mask of serenity and calmness. So then if we take a look at the second position, which is about the hidden belief beneath this. So what is your hidden belief that causes you to leak energy? And it seems like, because we have this 7 of Gabriel, this is like 7 of Wands, it may be that you believe that you need to prove your worth through constant action and visibility, or perhaps your spirit feels that it must defend its place, like you need to stand tall, you need to hold your ground, or perhaps there is indeed some fighting in your life, and perhaps you feel like you need to fight to be heard or respected. And perhaps there is this belief that if I don't stand strong, I will be overlooked. So this constantly keeps your nervous system alert, and your fire is constantly burning, perhaps even when there is no battle. And then we have the Page of Wands, and this is interesting. We have 2 pages here. So we have these youthful impulses, young energy, and there is this desire to create something, to express something. But the pages are young energy that seeks validation, or perhaps you are giving too much energy away to some new ideas, and you're not allowing to be self-assured. And this goes together with the benefactor card next to it. This shows a pattern of giving or teaching. Perhaps you are the one who is constantly giving or teaching as a way to earn love or a sense of belonging. And so you may have this belief that you need to be very generous and giving, that you need to constantly contribute to deserve appreciation. And then we have the Garden card from the Lenormand deck, and this kind of brings this reading to full circle, that the root beliefs revolves around social approval. Perhaps you are too fixed on the external gaze. You may unconsciously link your value to how well you perform or share or serve, and you may be just seeking validation. So there is perhaps this need that you need to keep proving your worth and giving to others so that you will be relevant or respected. And in fact, your power will begin to return when you realize you don't need to earn visibility. It's enough to be present. And since we had 2 pages, this may indicate that you are perhaps dealing with a lot of new projects or ideas, perhaps even 2 projects, as the 2 of Pentacles was reflecting, and it may drain you because you believe that you need to fight for it, that you need to have some kind of approval or visibility. So this may be the secret belief that makes you become drained and exhausted and unfocused. And then we have the 3rd position, which is about how to call my power back. So this brings a very beautiful message of rebirth. We have the New Beginning card. This is the Judgment card. So this is a time to really take a look at your life and release any guilt and release the past. This connects in a way with that card of being buried or of burial. So you may need to stop replaying some old stories, because this can kidnap your energy, and some fragments of your energy are constantly occupied by some old stories. So maybe you need to acknowledge that you've learned a certain lesson and bless the ending and just consciously stepped into a fresh cycle. And this Judgment card is a beautiful reminder that you are indeed ending something and you're preparing for a fresh new beginning. And with that 4 of Wands next to it, it brings celebration and stability. So your power is growing and you will meet the right people and places, and you will get these small victories and you will form a true foundation. So instead of seeking approval or this need to constantly fight for approval, you will find these joyful connections and peace in your energy. And then we have the Children card right next to it, and this always shows a return to innocence and joy and play, and of course it emphasizes a new beginning. So something has to be let go and something has to be buried. Something from the past has to be surrendered, and you need to find this new creative call. So you're connecting with this spontaneity and a new project and joy. So no need to prove yourself, no need to go and act out of duty, but just out of sheer joy. And then we have the Dice card, which reminds us that you need to take chances. So there is a certain magic in uncertainty. So dare to roll the dice, dare to step toward what excites you, and let go of control and the need for approval. So this is about celebrating life and taking inspired risks. And this will usher a new beginning into your life, which will be very much lighthearted and unburdened and free. And then we see the fourth position. This is the energy of wholeness restored. So when you fully reclaim your power, you are going to be focused and harmonious again. And interestingly, we have Two of Ariel, which is again the Two of Pentacles that we saw in the first position. So you will now be no longer competing between energies, but you will be flowing between them. So that difficult position now becomes a graceful position. So what once felt like juggling now becomes an art of alignment. Perhaps you will be able to reconcile two areas of your life, work and creativity, or love and work, and also incorporate self-care. And since we have the Eight of Pentacles right next to it, this shows that there is something related to work. So you are a very precise person. You are very, very vigilant. You love dedicating yourself to what truly matters to you. So now you are going to be able to craft your path with dedication. So this means that your power won't be scattered anymore. You will be really focusing your energy into something that you're really devoted to. So then we have the knots card. So these are the entanglements. So this shows that what was entangling you, the entanglements, are now being untied. So this may also show that some deep, complex emotions or karmic cords could unravel and leaving more space. And there is this inner tension that kept you looping back to old patterns. This is now dissolving. So there is something you need to let go and something that you need to forgive. And then we have the Heart card from the Lenormand deck. This is all about love. And when you are aligned with your heart's vibration, you will be giving from love and from heart and not from duty. So this also means that you will be attracting very joyful relationships and experiences. So since we had two times we had the Two of Pentacles, it may be that you are drained because you are scattering energy, maybe literally between two people, two projects, between love and work. And this, in fact, will continue. You will still be devoted to different fields and different domains, but it will be united now. So your mind and heart will work together. You will be able to flow between different areas. You will find a rhythm. So maybe you will find more rhythm between giving and receiving. And this will also open your heart because also we had this beautiful Four of Wands card in the previous position, which is the card of romance and emotional encounters, and also perhaps moving in together. So, and we also have strong working cards, strong pentacles. So maybe you need to balance work and love, connections and business. And this, in fact, is not something that will just suddenly end. You will continue going in this rhythm, but it will be much more flowing. And there is this important lesson: you need to let go of something. So It's a complex reading, in effect. We have love and work, two areas that you need to balance, and you will keep balancing, and still there is something to let go, something from the past that is holding you back and that needs to be buried. So focus your energy, decide what truly matters, and then dedicate your energy to one or maybe two fields that are truly important to you. And then your energy and your power will be restored. I hope this resonated, and I wish you good luck. So hello to those who chose the group number 2. And here we have the source of your energy leak. This is the first position. And we have very interesting cards here. So we have the Four of Michael, which is in fact the Four of Swords. This reveals deep exhaustion. So perhaps you've been holding space for too many things or too many people, constantly thinking or managing and organizing and solving, and your body really needs rest and your mind needs rest. And this card shows that your nervous system craves silence and rest, and perhaps it's very difficult for you to truly disconnect. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which shows your reliable and capable side. This shows that in fact you feel the safest when everything is in order. And perhaps you're a very stable person, but your strength has turned into overextension, and perhaps you're carrying too much on your shoulders for everyone, and you rarely allow yourself to release the burden and also to receive from other people. And then with the Cat's card, we have this quiet independence energy. This is a habit of self-reliance. So saying, I've got it, even when you're overwhelmed. And we see these roots. So this is something hidden. Perhaps deep down, you've been hiding this need to really protect yourself from others. Or also you've been hiding desires, keeping them at bay and not expressing them. So you are someone who is in control, but this can also make you feel isolated and perhaps unseen in your efforts. So this is a very complex card, this Cat's card, because it shows in a way the underground. So deep down below this surface of efficiency and stability, there are a lot of things happening. And perhaps you feel like even other people are demanding a lot from you or wanting from you, or you have a lot of desires that you are suppressing and not expressing, and this also drains your energy. And then comes the Whip card. This is again a very deep self-punishing card. This shows a very deep pattern of inner criticism. Perhaps this is this inner voice that keeps pushing you forward, and it can show repeating cycles of overworking and self-judging. And perhaps you pressure yourself to be perfect, and then you punish yourself if you do not achieve your standards. And this tension, this constant tension, can drain your energy far more than the outer responsibilities. And a whip, in a way, is almost like a side card in the Lenormand. It's like, let's crack the whip, let's cut something. Maybe you need to crack the whip and cut away something with force, not as a self-punishing tool, but as a tool that clearly says no to the demands of others. But in general, your power leaks through self-punishing standards. And perhaps you are not able to rest without feeling guilty. So you need to reclaim your power by cutting away and releasing this whip and choosing gentleness over perfection and let go of striving. And perhaps you need to just rest without explaining, and this will stop leaking energy. And you may return to this natural rhythm and calmness. And then we have the second position, which tells us about what is the hidden belief behind this leak of power and energy. And we have 2 of Michael, which is in fact 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords, Mountain, and Key from the Lenormand deck. So it looks that at the root of your energy drain lies a deep belief that you must solve everything through logic, because we have a lot of mental cards. So we have 2 of Swords and 8 of Swords. So this can mean a lot of mental energy, a lot of mental activity, but with no clarity. Because 2 of Swords is like a locked mind, and we also see these 2 like unicorns being locked in a stalemate. So you don't reach a certain decision. And with 8 of Swords, you feel trapped in one of your patterns. So there is a lot of mental activity perhaps, but no true clarity or no true decision. So 2 of Michael or 2 of Swords can in fact show that the mind is in conflict between 2 inner voices, which are both strong. And then you are constantly caught in an analysis. So maybe your belief is that if I just think this through, I will find the answer. And then you get stuck in this effort of trying to figure things out. And it's a kind of a mental loop. Well, the 8 of Swords is a very, very clear card of beliefs that keep us locked in self-imposed limitations. So you are tying your power in some kind of fear. Perhaps you are afraid to make the wrong move, or perhaps you are afraid to lose balance or approval. So your inner belief is, I need to stay stuck and I shouldn't move. I shouldn't be strong, because I risk losing everything if I choose to show what I want and if I decide. So you are perhaps being overcautious, and then you lock yourself in this silent cage. And then, of course, with the Mountain card, we have this inner paralysis. Something feels like an unmovable obstacle. Perhaps this can show a long-standing issue, perhaps a life pattern even, where you doubt your ability to overcome issues, or you may have this hidden belief that the issues are so big that you cannot overcome them, and that you can be just, endlessly stuck in all these options and not being able to tackle the path that is before you. And very interestingly, if you look at these 2 cards, the 8 of Swords and the Mountain, they both show, in fact, a mountain. 8 of Swords shows a castle, which is the solution. So the solution is present. And the Mountain also shows there is a peak that you can reach. But here it's in this fog, the fog of the mind. So the hidden belief is that I can't do it, I'm powerless, or perhaps I'm the victim of circumstances, or if I decide to act on my power and decide to choose one path, I will be punished for it, or I will not be accepted or approved. But we have this beautiful card, the Key, which brings this awakening truth, so that you have the lock inside, you have the freedom. And it's about giving yourself permission to trust your intuition and act, even if your action is not perfect. So this is a very positive message. All these blockages and impasses and perhaps hurdles that seem too big to be overcome are in fact completely able to bring a resolution to you. You have the key to open the door, and you have the key to open the cage. This shows that a long overdue issue, a long-term issue, is being resolved right now in your life. And sometimes this can bring a feeling that I don't know what to do. Because on the surface, it seems blocked, but under the surface, a lot is happening. So your instincts, your inner cats are awakening, and the key shows that the resolution is coming. So if you have been trapped in a situation, it will be resolved. You can trust this feeling. And then we have the third position, which is about how to call my power back. And we have the King of Ariel, which is in fact the King of Pentacles. We have Queen of Cups, Nakedness, and Lady from the Lenormand deck. So the King of Ariel, or the King of Pentacles, this shows that you regain your strength through self-respect and stability. So you have to recognize how far you've come, and you have to have a lot of trust in your capacities. King is a very high number. He has reached the highest realm. He doesn't have to prove anything. So there is no need for you to prove your value anymore. Also, this card promises good results. If you have been working on something or trying to achieve something, you will achieve something. And this is a kind of card that just commands respect. And we see it in a very abundant way. There is a lot offered here with food, and this is a very very visible success that we can see. So this person has a lot of resources. So in fact, you just have to be aware of it. You have come a long way, and you just need to relax into your own success and trust it. And then we have the Queen of Cups that brings this heart dimension. So there is this need to allow yourself to feel again and to nurture yourself. And it's very interesting that we have another female card in the reading. So we have two women, and then the nakedness card, the nudity card in between. And the lady card from the Lenormand deck also shows a nude body. That's why I covered it with a leaf. So perhaps your power has been leaking through other people, maybe literally through some other woman who was draining you. And we have very different women here. Queen of Cups, which is all about feelings and compassion and tenderness. And then we have this lady card from the Lenormand deck, which is all about passion and being very sincere and honest and open, and even displaying her passion and her body. So, and the nakedness card shows that perhaps this is you who needs to reveal your passion and your body in the sense of showing your power and your strength. So this is about radical authenticity. You need to allow yourself to be seen. So no more buried under these roots full of cats. So allow the cats to come out and be seen emotionally and spiritually and also creatively. So dropping these protective layers, and also dropping perhaps in some cases the victim mentality, like, oh, I'm trapped, I can't do anything, this is too much, this is too much of a burden. If I show myself, I may lose something. But in fact, no. So this is about really letting go of any guardedness and pretenses. Also perhaps demand things in a relationship, demand things sexually also perhaps, or sensually, and also stop perhaps defending people who take your energy, be it a man or a woman. This can in some way point to in some cases to some passionate connection that you have, that has been draining you, and it is time for you to be more daring and more authentic and just demanding very, very openly defending your desires. So this is about stepping into your feminine power, being, of course, compassionate and connected to your feelings, but also being a woman who is self-possessed, who embodies this emotional maturity and honors her strength. And especially with this nakedness card, you have to allow yourself to be seen. So no more hiding. Be like being sovereign and vulnerable, but at the same time grounded. And this will open so much energy in you, so many resources, also material resources. And then we have the fourth position, which is about the energy of wholeness restored. So this tells us how your energy will be restored after you fix this leak and take your power back. And we have beautiful cards. We have the Sun card, Two of Cups, Meditation card, and Birds from the Lenormand deck. So the Sun card lights this entire reading with a lot of vitality and a sense that you don't longer chase approval. And there is clarity and warmth coming, and of course connection, especially with the Two of Cups. So you're shining from your own center, and this is this inner confidence that comes from inner peace and not from hiding or performing. And then we have the Two of Cups, which shows there is perhaps the issue is perhaps some relationship that has been draining you, and we see this harmony restored, the harmony between giving and receiving. And you can experience this shift in relationships, which can become mutual and more heart-based and not draining you. And if you have been battling with a third person, as perhaps this previous position indicated with two female cards present and one male, so we had in fact three people, this could indicate a triangle. This shows that when you take your power back, when you stand up for your desires, when you show what you want, this will be resolved and it will be no longer draining you. And you will attract connections that will mirror your light rather than dim your light. And then with the Meditation card, it's very interesting. This reveals this mental stillness that we also saw in the first position, in the Four of Swords. So we had a lot of mental cards, overthinking and being trapped in your own mind. But now we have this calm awareness. So you know exactly what to say and when to say, and also when to stay silent. And in fact, you will not be reacting anymore to situations, but you will be just watching them and just maintaining your energy. So you are getting out of the reaction mode, and this in fact will bring this sun out and you will shine with your energy, and this will also bring balance and restore your relationships. And then we have the Birds card. So this is all about communication, which will become more clear, more inspired, more clear and true. And instead of this scattered energy that we had, all those cats hiding deep down in the roots, you will bring them out in the open. And your voice will be now leading the situation. So you will be no longer suppressing your energy, which was in fact the source of the leak of your energy, but you will be leading with your consciousness. So in fact, all this reading is about you shining and about you being in touch with your own inner essence and not holding yourself back and not accepting relationships where you feel that your light is obscured. And also, if you have been expecting some kind of communication and conversation, it is coming, and you will be able to participate in it with confidence and joy and much more freedom. So all these hidden beliefs that you are blocked or that you cannot move or that this seems an unsurmountable obstacle, it's not true. When you are taking your power back and expressing your power, everything will shift. So you are actually entering into a very beautiful, peaceful period where also your relationships will heal, and you will be able to express what you need and what you want, and what was before unclear or obscured will now be very much expressed and clear and also healed. So you are entering a big period of healing. So I wish you good luck with this and enjoy this new energy. So hello to everyone who chose the group number 3. And here we have the first position of the cards, which is all about what is the source of your power leak. And we have 5 of Gabriel, which is in fact 5 of Wands. We have 3 of Cups. We have the Sweets cards, and Magnifying Glass from the Lenormand deck. So it seems that your energy leak comes from emotional entanglement and perhaps over-involvement in other people's dynamics or expectations. We have the 5 of Gabriel. This is the 5 of Wands, and this is all about tension and scattered focus. So we see this figure playing chess in a way, and that it may be that you are too involved or pulled into the drama or some kind of competition or emotional turbulence of other people, and you may absorb these conflicts. Or maybe you want to try peace, but in fact it drains you. So maybe you need to withdraw from certain entanglements and even certain competitions with others. And then we have the 3 of Cups and the Sweets cards together, which is, they kind of reflect similar energy, and they also in a way look similar. It's all about social and emotional connections. So you have a very generous nature. Perhaps you love to uplift and comfort others. Perhaps you love to celebrate with others. But it may be that you give too much emotional energy away. There may be the need to please or empathize with others. And you forget to honor your own energy or your own success, and then in a way you're losing the sense of self in these social interactions. And then we have this Magnifying Glass. This is all about awareness, to ask yourself to examine the details of your exchanges, so to really notice who truly reciprocates your warmth and the one who just takes more than you give. So perhaps you are overextending yourself in relationships that are unbalanced or even superficial, or you are too much perhaps entangled in some kind of competing with others, perhaps competing for attention. So now this Magnifying Glass is like a warning sign. Take a close look at your relationships and don't give more than you receive. And then we have the second position, which is about the hidden belief behind this leak of energy. And we have 3 of Gabriel, which is in fact 3 of Wands. We have 9 of Wands, Shoes, and Man from the Lenormand deck. So we have again a very fiery card at the beginning. Before we had 5 of Wands, now we have 3 of Wands. So 3 of Wands shows vision and ambition. So perhaps you are someone who looks toward the horizon. Perhaps you're waiting for some next chapter or opportunity to appear. Perhaps this hidden belief is that I need to be ready for this new adventure. Or perhaps you are always planning the next step. and it's difficult for you to pause and receive. So also this is a card of surprises that life brings us. So there is this hidden belief, I need to be ready for whatever life will bring to me, so I will be able to respond to it appropriately. And then we have this Nine of Wands that kind of reinforces this sense of vigilance. You have been through challenges, so you are someone who has built a lot of resilience, but now perhaps this has become an armor, and it prevents you to just be at ease. And perhaps your belief is, if I let my guard down, everything I've built could collapse. And this kind of links to the idea of competition. Perhaps there is this need, I need to prove myself, I need to show myself, I need to be ready for the opportunities. Maybe this is the group for very creative people or people who are working a lot, moving a lot. So you're kind of constantly in this defensive posture. So I need to be ready, I need to be braced for whatever comes, and this prevents you to relax. And then we have this beautiful shoes card, which in fact, if you can see, the shoes wear these wings. They're like the Hermes' shoes, the wings of messages, the messenger's shoes. And again, this suggests movement. Perhaps there is this feeling that you must keep walking or advancing or showing up, otherwise you will be left behind. So perhaps deep down you have this belief that I need to keep moving forward, and you may be someone who really projects their power into the future, and it's difficult for you to stay present right now. And then we have the man card. A man as an archetype shows this independence and self-reliance. A masculine archetype, perhaps you've inherited this kind of thinking or behavior from someone in your life, perhaps a father figure or some kind of authority figure or even life partner. So you have this hidden belief to stand tall and to carry everything on your shoulders, even when perhaps it's time to lean back and allow yourself to be cared for. So the hidden belief behind your power leak is too much vigilance, too much readiness, too much movement and strength to achieve, to succeed, to prove your worth perhaps, and to be ready for the opportunities. And this is perhaps something that drains you. So you may be feeling like, I must stay strong and productive in order to be respected and safe. And then we have the third position of the cards, which is about how to call my power back. And we have the Queen of Raphael, which is in fact Queen of Cups. We have Ace of Swords, the Train card, and Mountain from the Lenormand deck. So the Queen of Cups is an invitation to come from compassion and from emotional intelligence. So to stop overextending yourself. And it's also a very intuitive card, which is now something that should lead you. So you will restore your energy when you honor what you feel instead what you think others need or others demand on you. So this is like a really calming energy. We're going from all those fiery cards, from all those fire energy to this calm emotional energy of the Queen. So love yourself, pour love into yourself, and create inner calm, and then this will just naturally guide you into the right direction. And then we have the Ace of Swords. This is about mental clarity, and this is showing that you need to cut something. Maybe you need to say something, maybe you need to express something, or perhaps you really need to cut some ties with other people who are taking your power. So it's about being very truthful with yourself and others, even if it's uncomfortable. So it's like a boundary. This is like reclaiming focus from all this people pleasing or from all mixed signals. It's about demanding clarity and truth. It may be that you really need to cut off some people from your life, perhaps some social engagements or some so-called friends. There is this need to withdraw and cut some ties and to withdraw into your own stillness and into your own emotional calm. And also to recognize who truly is giving you the emotional support you need, or and who is just a superficial acquaintance draining your energy. And then we have this train card, which shows redirection, and it's going directly into the mountain card. It's very interesting to see that this mountain is in a way stopping the train. So maybe it is time for you to decide what direction your heart truly wants to go. So it is going out from competitive relationships or social engagements and more aligning with your heart and your own needs and choosing your own route and your own rhythm, instead of just sitting on a train and just allowing someone else to drive the train and follow someone else's track. So this spread speaks about disengaging from social entanglements and connecting more with your true, calm, inner emotional nature. And the mountain card, of course, clearly shows that you are stopping something, that you need to really block perhaps some engagements, but it also shows that you need to be persistent. So you need to take your energy back from wherever it was lost, and this will demand a steady climb back to your own center. And also, it will bring you a lot of inner resilience, and perhaps it may also block certain connections from your life, which is okay. The Queen of Cups may show that you need to focus on one person. Maybe this person is you, or maybe there is an important person in your life, perhaps your partner or any other female person, or it may not even be female, whatever the gender, that you need to focus on. Or perhaps there is one specific person in your life that is draining your energy and you need to block them, or just maybe distance yourself from them. But together with the rest of the cards, it is more likely that you need to stop too much social activity, competition, desire to achieve, desire to see results, being constantly on the move. So you need to stop this train of social engagement and focus on inner calm. Also, we see this Queen of Cups holding a book, perhaps just having more time to read, for introspection, for meditation, to be in touch with your own feelings. And this will, in fact, bring back, this will heal the power and the leak that has been draining you. And then we have the fourth position, which is the energy of wholeness restored. So this shows how your wholeness will be restored when you take your power back. And we have the Change Your Life, which is the Tower card, Six of Wands, Bridge, and Moon from the Lenormand deck. So the Tower card is a very strong card, and here it bears the name Change Your Life. And usually with the Tower moment, we usually do have, we experience changes that really profoundly touch us. And this is a card of liberation. So you're breaking free from some patterns of perhaps this overextension and control and people pleasing. And now your energy is rising very clear and clean. And perhaps it means that some of your relations may be collapsing, but this will in fact become a breakthrough. This is like a shift that will help you be more authentic and to live a more authentic life. And we see this figure sitting and observing this whole city of lights. So you are freeing yourself from certain social obligations, perhaps literally some professional obligations, because we see all these buildings and like a business buildings. Perhaps you need to withdraw from these engagements and pursuit of success and business success. But in any case, you are becoming more and more aligned with your authentic life and energy. And then we have the Six of Wands, which brings self-recognition, and of course it brings victory and triumph. So you will achieve a certain success. If you have been seeking a certain success, it will come. This is reassuring you that you are succeeding in whatever you wanted to succeed, and you will be seen and respected. But because you will be somebody who shines respect, who demands respect naturally, and not because you are trying to please others. So this spread is speaking about some kind of battle and engagement, social activity, and some kind of perhaps competition that you have been involved in. And if this is the case, you are going to win whatever you want to win. You will be recognized and publicly acknowledged. And this will also restore the power and bring you back to your wholeness. Then we have this bridge card, which is all about integrating different worlds. And we see this figure going on the bridge, joining some other world. So you are connecting perhaps different worlds within you. Perhaps you are also connecting the past and the future, the heart and the mind. So what you've been feeling inside, you will be able to express on the outside, and you are crossing an important bridge. So success is coming. This is really a group of having achieved a certain success, and this will also seal the leak of energy. Perhaps you have been investing a lot of energy into some project or something very important to you. And now it is time to see it, to recognize it, to maybe even cut off the engagement and just allow the success to come, because it is coming. And then we have the Moon card, which is from the Lenormand deck and has a different meaning than the Moon card from the Tarot. And this is about being recognized publicly. So you are coming into a certain awareness of your strengths and purpose, and you will also receive support that you need. And it also shows that you will be guided by your inner rhythm and no longer swayed by external chaos. So this group, the people who chose this group are really bringing their energies back home. They're not scattering energies among other people or among groups of people that are no longer useful to them, or perhaps the people that have only been draining them. But in fact, you're becoming very much creative and sensitive, and this will be also publicly recognized, and you will be sitting on top, but with this deep awareness of what truly matters to you, with deep awareness of emotional connections and people that you took under this magnifying glass, and you recognized who your true ally is, and who your true friend is, or who your true companion is. And this is in fact what is needed to lead you to the success and recognition that you want. And this will also help you seal the leak and bring back your power. So I hope this reading resonated. I wish you good luck, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye bye.